Tens of thousands gallop into good fortune at Sha Tin Racecourse to chase luck amid the festive racing tradition. Other devotees jam Sha Tin's Racecourse temple, spinning golden pinwheels and burning incense to banish bad luck on Red Mouth Day. And former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol is handed life sentence for leading insurrection. Good evening, you're watching Cable News, I'm Evan Bai. The Sha Tin Racecourse was abuzz on the Year of the Horse race day, drawing over 98,000 spectators, the largest crowd since the pandemic, with $1.84 billion wagered. Jamie Liu tells us more.
Scores of punters and horse racing fans streamed into the venue and spun the windmill as a ritual for good fortune and wealth. Many planned to place a bet and try their luck in the Year of the Horse. A visitor said winning just a little was enough for him to head home, so he planned to keep betting in the next round. Another visitor says she usually came every year, though she was not fond of betting and would pick one just because the name sounded nice. Today's event lined up 11 races, with the major highlight being the 6th one, the $3.12 million Class 2 Year of the Horse Cup. At the tense moment, everyone looked anxious, hoping their chosen horse would surge ahead and finish first. A German tourist on a 6-day holiday in Hong Kong praised the atmosphere at the city's racetracks, saying it was unlike that in his hometown.
Horse racing is always very, very interesting, and we love it. And I think it's a good start for the Year of the Horse. I know a few race courses in Germany. We know the race course in Cologne. We know the race course in Bremen, but they're all much smaller.
Financial Secretary Paul Chan and Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism Rosanna Law officiated at the opening ceremony of the race day and dotted the eye of a dancing lion in the traditional ritual. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Meanwhile, the famous Racecourse temple in Sha Tin was again packed with worshippers today, with the long line stretching far outside. More than 40,000 visitors came to pray, following the tradition on the 3rd day of Lunar New Year to avoid arguments with family and friends. Again, Jamie Liu reports.
Tradition calls today Red Mouth Day, when quarrels are believed to be more likely, so people visit temples instead to keep things peaceful. Incense smoke wrapped the temple in a misty veil as worshippers offered prayers to the namesake deity, Racecourse. A well-wisher turned his windmill, hoping to turn his luck around.
How's the atmosphere here? Yeah, great. I feel like it's very typical, and compared to some other place, it feels more authentic.
Bryce, who wore a lion dance-inspired red hat to keep up with the festive mood, wished for peace, safety, and health. The most important thing for us Hong Kongers is being calm and collected, a man said, brushing off worries of quarrels. The main hall was equally filled with devotees, asking for blessings by offering incense sticks, leaving little space in the burners. The clatter of fortune sticks echoed as many sought answers from the folk god for what the Year of the Horse might bring. Some visitors stopped by the stalls outside to buy windmills and festive charms. A vendor was worried about her sales as wholesale prices had risen by nearly 10%, but she had fewer customers than last year. The crowd was so large at one point, visitors had to wait up to 45 minutes for their turn to enter the temple, prompting the implementation of the tidal flow control system. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Around 800 runners kicked off the Year of the Horse with the annual Fat Choi Run at the peak, chasing good fortune for the year ahead while enjoying the festive fun. Cheryl Yoon shares more.
Hundreds gathered at the peak in the early morning for their first run of the Year of the Horse. The Fat Choi Run, literally Get Rich Run, has been a cherished Lunar New Year tradition for 45 years. Many showed up in horse-themed outfits, from playful costumes to subtle nods to the zodiac animal. Whether participants were looking to burn off those festive feast calories or simply dress up and celebrate with family and friends, smiles lit up every corner of the starting area. One runner shared his wish for great wealth and success in the Year of the Horse, while another extended instant good luck greetings to everyone around him. Even Mario and his crew joined the energetic crowd. Led by a vibrant Tai Shen, the god of wealth in Chinese religion, at the front, the roughly 800 participants set off in waves from Peak Plaza. The 6.5-kilometer course traced the shape of the lucky number 8, winding along Plantation Road, Lugard Road and Harlech Road before finishing on Mount Austin Road. The final stretch featured a long, steep uphill slope, a fitting reminder that true success often comes after some real effort. The eventual winner certainly seemed to embrace the message.
希望香港嚟緊都開順順利咯，好似我咁樣第一咯，世一啊嘛。
I hope Hong Kong enjoys a smooth year ahead, just like how smoothly I finished first today, he said. Other finishers took photos with Tai Shen, hoping to carry home a bit of his blessing for prosperity in their homes and businesses. Cheryl Yoon, Cable News.
A man plunged to his death from a high-rise in To Kwa Wan while trying to rescue his kitten from a ledge outside his unit. Police said emergency services were called to Jubilant Place on Pao Jong Street at 11:27 p.m. on Wednesday by a security guard who discovered a man lying in a planter in the estate. The 63-year-old was taken to Kwong Wah Hospital in an unconscious state and was later certified dead. Initial investigations suggest the man saw his cat appear on the ledge outside the home and attempted to retrieve it, but is believed to have lost his footing and fallen. The cause of death is pending a post-mortem examination. The cat was rescued by paramedics and handed to the man's family. South Korea's former President Yoon Suk-yeol has been convicted of leading an insurrection and sentenced to life imprisonment in a landmark first trial. The Seoul Central District Court ruled Yoon orchestrated the failed martial law declaration on December 3, 2024, deploying troops to surround parliament, block lawmakers, and detain rivals in a bid to seize unchecked power. Judge Ji Kwe-yeon said the plot severely disrupted constitutional order, though the life imprisonment sentence fell short of prosecutors' death penalty demand. Yoon was denied wrongdoing, calling it a legal governance act against alleged anti-state forces in the opposition. The 6-hour crisis ended when 190 lawmakers voted to lift martial law, sparking mass protests that led to his impeachment and removal. His legal team plans to discuss an appeal. The verdict makes Yoon the first democratically elected South Korean leader to receive such a harsh penalty, following earlier convictions like 5 years for resisting arrest. A United States Navy reservist wanted for first-degree murder over the death of his wife has allegedly fled to Hong Kong, prompting a multinational manhunt. Jamie Liu has the story.
The victim, 39-year-old Lina Guerra, was last known to be contacted on January 16th. Her husband, David Varela, a 38-year-old U.S. Navy reservist, staged his wife's disappearance, even faking photos of her in jail over shoplifting to deceive her family. Yet court records indicated she had not been charged. She was then reported missing on February 4th after family members said they had not heard from her in 2 weeks. Investigators executed a search warrant last week and found the victim's body inside a kitchen freezer at her residence in Norfolk, Virginia. Police have since charged Varela with first-degree murder and concealing a dead body to prevent detection. Investigators with the FBI, Homeland Security, and the Naval Criminal Investigative Service believe Varela fled on a flight to Hong Kong on or about February 5th, with emergency disclosure requests to WhatsApp later revealed location data pinging from Hong Kong. Authorities suspect he picked the city to take advantage of the suspended U.S.-Hong Kong extradition treaty. Varela reportedly has family ties in Colombia, but no known links to Hong Kong. His family in Colombia called him a jealous, controlling spouse who curbed Guerra's social circle and had been violent toward her before. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Multiple U.S. media outlets have reported that the U.S. military is preparing to strike Iran as early as this weekend, though President Donald Trump has not yet made a final decision. The White House stressed that diplomacy remains the top priority, even as the second round of indirect nuclear talks in Geneva produced no major breakthrough. Cheryl Yoon reports.
The rapid buildup of U.S. forces in the Middle East had advanced to the point where Trump could authorize military action against Iran as soon as this weekend, according to multiple U.S. media reports. Trump has yet to give indication on his final decision. Sources said top national security officials met Wednesday in the White House Situation Room to review the Iran circumstances, and the president has discussed potential attack options with advisors. The White House reiterated that Trump prioritizes diplomacy over war.
Well, there's many reasons and arguments that one could make for a strike against Iran. The president has always been very clear, though, with respect to Iran or any country around the world, diplomacy is always his first option, and Iran would be very wise to make a deal with President Trump and with this administration.
No major breakthrough emerged from Tuesday's indirect talks in Geneva. Leavitt described the discussions as showing a little bit of progress, but added that the two sides remain still very far apart on some issues. Meanwhile, Tehran held new joint naval drills with Russia in the Sea of Oman. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned that any new U.S. strike on Iran would have serious consequences and urged restraint to find a solution that allows Tehran to pursue a peaceful nuclear program. Cheryl Yoon, Cable News.
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said he would seek to forge strategic German-Chinese relationships during an official visit to Beijing next week, as U.S. tariffs weigh on the country's pioneering automotive sector. Speaking at his party's Ash Wednesday event, Merz said Germany has a strategic interest in finding partners with shared values and aligned approaches to ensure the country remains prosperous with a high level of social security. The German Chancellor navigates cooperation between Europe and the world's second-largest economy in his next week's trip to China. He stressed that foreign and economic policies are now inseparable, adding that if the Americans believe they should exert global influence through tariff policy and consider tariffs more important than taxes at home, that's their choice, but it is not Germany's policy. If the U.S. overdoes it, then Europeans are certainly able to defend ourselves against it, he said. Amid a tariff war set off last year by the Trump administration, Germany seeks to engage with Beijing to tackle its car industry crisis. Canada has expanded its express entry immigration program targeting military personnel and transport workers. New categories covered experienced transport workers, foreign doctors, researchers, business executives, pilots, aircraft mechanics, and skilled soldiers, like military medics recruited by the Canadian Armed Forces. French speakers and healthcare workers remain in the existing streams. Immigration Minister Lena Metlej-Diab said the changes address labor shortages in an evolving economy, ensuring newcomers contribute right away. On to the weather now. Mainly cloudy, dry with sunny periods during the day. Temperatures will range between 19 and 24 degrees. That's our news tonight. I'm Living By. Thank you for watching. Good night.